I read an interesting article that I want to share with you called 4 Fake Nice Gestures That Are Actually Manipulative. Are you being manipulated? Are you manipulating other people? Stay tuned. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. And that article was written by a gentleman named Sean Kernan. And I thought it was really good, and I'm going to quote you the article, so pay attention because it's not something that I really thought about, but after reading it, I said, you know what, there's some truth to that. So I'm reading you the article. I think it's good. I hope you feel the same way. Once again, the author, Sean Kernan, big shout out. Not only are we deceived more than we realize, but manipulators also often forget that they're even doing it. The behavior was ingrained on them during their childhood. It got them what they wanted. It got them out of trouble and into good graces. It went unchecked for years. By the time you deal with them as adults, they're very good at what they do. So here are 4 signs their smile means you're being played like a fiddle. First, the curse of gifts. Years ago, my ex-girlfriend gave me a pair of Bluetooth headphones as a birthday present. I tried so hard to make them work, but they irritated my ears and always fell out. And I went back to my regular wired headphones. Unfortunately, this decision became a source of torment for me. Every time we went to the gym, she brought it up. It's a shame you aren't using my $150 headphones that I got for you. She brought it up for months and months. It felt like I'd loaned money to the devil. Humans are strongly reciprocal in nature. Healthy relationships are built on giving and getting in return. A gulf in reciprocity creates a power imbalance. This is why gifts are a common tool for manipulation. Even worse, bestowing presents is a common tactic used by abusers. Each of Michael Jackson's accusers made similar claims of him showering them with amazing gifts. They felt a sense of loyalty to him, particularly when it came time to defend him. With my aforementioned ex, once again this is the author speaking, we eventually reached a resolution that once a gift is given, it's released. There are no clawbacks. There's no weaponizing them during arguments. Thank goodness it only took us 300 fights to figure that out. Reciprocity is important, but don't let it stray into scorekeeping. Beware of gifts. Next point, the Ben Franklin effect. The most advanced manipulators use this trick, and you can too, in a good way. It's one of the easiest ways to get someone to like you. Ben Franklin had a political enemy who was making speeches against him. Franklin remembered an old quote, "He that has once done you a kindness will be more ready to do you another than he whom you yourself have obliged," unquote. Then he asked that political enemy to loan him a rare book. Then Ben returned it to him with a nice thank you note. Suddenly, their political rivalry vanished and Franklin had a new friend. Asking for a favor is a conveyance of trust and need. That person feels chosen. You are suggesting they have something you don't. Knowledge, ability, resources. It appeals to their insecurities. If you don't know the requester or are angry at them, it creates a cognitive dissonance. Why am I helping someone I don't know or that I'm mad at? Your brain watches you behaving in conflict and creates a subconscious conclusion that you must like that person. After all, we ask favors of people we trust and care for. Beware of favor requests from people who have something to gain from you. Next point, there was never an issue. Gaslighting is a common and very misunderstood form of manipulation. It comes from the 1938 play aptly named Gaslight. It features a controlling husband who keeps moving objects in their home while his wife is away. When his wife questions things changing, he insists, "Hey, nothing happened." Then he begins slowly lowering the brightness of their lamps over weeks and months. When she brings it up, he continually asks her if she's seeing things and if she's feeling okay. She eventually asks herself that very same question. Gaslighting is a form of control where the victim begins to question reality. For example, your parents might insist some trauma in your childhood never happened. They'll smile and they'll say, "Oh, you're just imagining things. That never happened." Your partner may swear they were never late getting home, even though you've seen them come home hours late every night. Gaslighting will cause some of the biggest fights you'll ever have in a relationship. Don't back down from calling it out. And the fourth element is what's called the threat of breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbing is common in the dating scene when a person shows you a bunch of interest. But anytime you take a step to actually get together, make plans, or do something more substantial, they slip away. Debbie from college, excuse me, did I say Debbie from college? As the name implies, it means they give you just enough signals to keep you engaged. They like all your social media posts, send you messages, flirt with you in person. They may have very sporadic communication or seem to come and go in bursts. Or if you're already dating and bring up making a commitment, they may get dodgy or turn into a sudden Zen philosopher on the virtues of independence. I got breadcrumbed by a woman I met on, well, he's talking about a woman he met on Bumble. I got breadcrumbed from a woman that I met in college. She smiled, she was happy, let's do this, let's do that. Anytime I wanted to take it to the next level, it was like, no, I can't do this, I'm busy here, I'm busy there, I'm doing my hair, I have an important window I have to close. Okay, there was always a tremendously great excuse. She was never serious about dating. The biggest sign of breadcrumbing is mixed signals, which almost always means the other person isn't into you. Trust your original gut instinct. I found that mine has gotten better with time, but even when I was young and dumb, now that I'm old and dumb, it was pretty accurate with people. I'd reckon yours is pretty good with people too. The problem with articles like this is that I've unintentionally taught each of you how to be more manipulative. But therein lies your defense mechanism. Just know that telling the truth is good for you, literally. And when the temptation to lie is at its highest, overcoming it and being honest is proven very good for your physical health. So let's do a quick recap. 4 fake nice signs of manipulative behavior. Number 1, asking you to do favors to endear themselves to you. Beware of the Ben Franklin effect. Number 2, bestowing you with gifts as a way to create a debt to them. Humans are reciprocal in nature. Strings are often hidden in the debt. Number 3, they pretend there was never a problem in the first place. They gaslight you into questioning reality. And number 4, they show you just enough interest in you to keep your attention. They're feeding you crumbs, breadcrumbing, with no intention of providing the meal. Okay, I've made this particular video because this is something that I would ever think about sharing with people. However, it is something that happens and occurs in life, and if you're not aware of it, you're not giving yourself the best chance to succeed on a business or a social level. Once again, understanding people is the key. Getting relationships is one of the major keys to being successful. And as always, remember, don't ration the passion, fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.